And the diagram is, suppose if I take a simple circuit, listen carefully children. If I draw a battery, and with this battery, suppose I have connected electric bulb. Along this electric bulb, with the same path, I have connected electric fan. So fan symbol I cannot draw here. So let me write F here, that is for the electric fan. And third component, I have connected air conditioner that is there in my room. So AC, suppose many component I have connected. Just this is a simple example, children. You can connect that the table fan you have connected, your laptop is connected, so other electrical devices you have connected. I'm taking this battery here. Some of the components, you know, that AC don't work on a battery, but it works on the alternating voltage. But just an example here. Now suppose somehow that, you know, that this bulb, it's fused, it get fused. Suddenly that there is a high voltage appeared in my room and this bulb get fused. You know, fused meaning that it spoiled. It's no longer work. And then the question is, children, what is the effect on the fan and what is the effect on the alternating, air conditioner? Means whether the fan and the air conditioner continually running or they will off. The second diagram. The second diagram is, again, we have taken the three components, but I will connect them in a different way. So this is electric lamp, maybe LED lamp. Second, again, I have connected a fan, suppose a DC fan, or maybe another component here, that AC here. So I connected three components. And in this case, the situation is same, children, that this bulb, it get fused. Somehow it gets fused. What is the effect on the fan? That the question is this, and what is the effect? Whether fan and AC will continually running or they will stop. Now, may I ask this question to Ananya? What happens in the diagram number 1?
Sir, could you repeat the question?
The question is that if one of the bulb, actually any of the component get fused or spoiled, whether the rest of the components, they keep working, they keep operating, or they stop their working in diagram number 1. Madeline? Yeah, someone, anyone that who know the answer, please.
Oh, sir, are you asking if the electric circuit works or not?
Yes.
No, sir, the current will stop flowing, right?
You said current will stop. Okay. Any other student, Ethan, Sampan?
Sure. Was the question if one of the bulbs are broken, will it keep on working? Sir, can I try?
Yes, please.
The first one wouldn't work because it's a series circuit. The second one will work if it's parallel.
Okay. Yeah, thank you, children, for responding. Now here that in the diagram number 1, children, if one of the bulb it get fused, any one of the component, then the current, you know, the current start moving from the positive of the battery. And when if the current finds in this diagram number 1 that the one of the device is broken, so it won't be able to cross the path, and it means that the fan and the whatever the other components are there, they immediately stop working. It means there is a drawback of this kind of circuit. It is a drawback of this circuit. And this combination that the devices are connected, this is called the series combination that we want to discuss on this topic today. What about in the second diagram, that the diagram number 2? Again, the situation that I told you, that the one of the bulb is fused. Still the fan will continue running, and air conditioner, other equipments are there, other devices are connected in parallel. They keep running and running. Now, one thing, children, that in your households, you are sitting in your room, in your study room or your bedroom. So you find, children, there are many electrical devices. Again, maybe 2 or 3 electric bulbs are there, electric fan is there, air conditioner is there, table fan is there, printer is connected there. Suppose, and this happens, suppose one of the bulb get fused. And this happens, regularly after 1 year that these devices, they get damaged, they get fused. So if one of the bulb or one of the device or fan is get switched off, whether the rest of the things, they will continually work or not? Please tell me, children. I received answer. Parallel it work. Calista said, yeah. In parallel combination, yes. Now, my dear students, that the connections, that the different things that are connected in my room, not my room, but in your room, all over the world, these devices are connected in a parallel combination. Otherwise, what happens, what happens right now, if this my light CFL gets spoiled, it get damaged or it get fused, immediately that the AC, first the AC will stop working, fan will stop working. Even my AC is already switch off. Let me switch on it. They stop. They stop working. My laptop, that it stopped charging. But to avoid this kind of problem, we make in our household circuits, all these things are connected in parallel. If any one of the device gets spoiled, the rest of the things, they keep continuing on working. Now, children, let me begin for today's first topic, that is series and parallel combination. And I want to discuss what is a series kind of circuit and what is a parallel circuit. Please pay attention. Even if this is a little bit difficult topic, it's a lengthy topic, but please pay attention and you need to note down so many things from this topic. Our first topic is resistance and series. I want to go to this slide. Now here, please find this diagram, children. Please find this electric circuit diagram. And remember, children, this PPT I'm using, as I told you earlier, in IGCC, we generally use this kind of symbol for the resistance. And in other kind of board that we use this kind of symbol for the resistance. So even in your notebook, you better to make these resistors, the rectangular box. Okay, so rectangular box for the resistance, please remember. And so we have connected 3 resistors here in this circuit with a battery having voltage V volt. This arrangement is a series arrangement. These 3 resistors, you can connect 3, 2, 4, 5 different equipments, different devices, different instruments in series. And the meaning of series is what? Here, all the devices are connected, one device after another, another device with another device. They are connected with a one wire, with a single loop. Remember, let me write here. All the resistors are connected with a single loop. What do you mean by the loop here? We have battery. So all the resistors are connected with a single path. This one connected, the second is connected, then the third one. Resistors are connected only with a one single closed loop, one single path. So whatever the current is flowing in this circuit, let me write here, suppose I is the current. So the same current will pass through the resistor number R3, same of the current will pass through the resistor number R2, and same of the current will pass through the resistance number R1, and the same current will return back to the battery. Current will start from the positive to the negative terminal. So in series combination, when you find the same current, I remains same. The same current pass through each resistor. And all the resistors, they are connected with a single wire, with the same wire, with a single loop. I can use a different kind of word, single loop, same path, and they are connected once after the another. So this is a series combination. First point that you have to remember, children, in series combination, current remains same. Current remains same means, children, that the same current will pass through each resistor. Now the second point about the series combination. Okay. Now in series combination, again, I have to go to this diagram. And in series combination, after identifying that the same current will flow, but there is another point. Second point is that if I use what? If I use a voltmeter, I need to connect in a parallel with the first resistor. So this is a voltmeter, suppose its voltage is V1. I also want to measure the what is the potential difference across the second resistor, potential difference, children. So I need to connect a voltmeter. Suppose this reading showing V2 volt. And I have connected the third voltmeter to measure the what is the potential difference across the third resistor. So suppose this is the voltmeter number third. Are you listening, 10th class students? Kenzia?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Please pay attention. This is an important topic. This is a difficult topic also and lengthy topic also. And slowly you will understand. Now here, I have mentioned V1, V2, V3. So it is understood that in a series combination, voltage, let me write here. Even all these are written on the next slide also. Voltage is different across each resistor. Across each resistor, children. Please remember. Across each resistor. So here it is V1, V2, and V3 means potential difference across each resistor. It is different. But remember, students, if V1, V2, V3 are different, but here it states that whatever the total voltage, if the total voltage is V, so this total voltage V will be always the sum of the individual potential drop or potential difference across each resistor. So the total voltage, this V is always equal to the sum of the voltage drop or the potential drop across different components. For example, children, if I say that the total voltage here, it is 10 volt. So if I take that the voltage measured by the first voltmeter, it is 5 volt. Voltmeter by, I'm just taking a rough example. Suppose this is a 2 volt. Any random example I'm taking. And that 5 plus 2 is 7. So it means that the voltage appear on the third voltmeter, it will be 3 volt to make that sum equal to 10 volt. So the voltage always that the total voltage is equal to the sum of individual voltage or potential difference across each voltmeter in a series combination. Now children, let me repeat again. In series combination, what you have to remember? All the devices are connected with a single path or single loop. Same current will flow, but the voltage will be different across each resistor. Now student, next term here. The question is generally that in our exams, questions come. The question is that what is the total resistance in this combination? What is the question? The examiner asks, what is the total resistance? Total resistance in this combination? Or sometimes instead of writing the total resistance, there is another word that is called the effective resistance. You note down, children, effective resistance. And there is another word that is used for total resistance, effective resistance. Equivalent resistance is also used. Equivalent, E-Q-U-I-V-A-L-E-N-T, equivalent resistance. So these are the three different words that are used, or simply RS. RS means that the total resistance in series combination. When we go with the mathematical expression, children, when we go with the mathematical expression, so you will find that the final, I will go to the final result because the derivation is not required in IGCSE. And I want to give, if you do some kind of this calculation, you will get a final result of this one. The result here, this RS equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. In series combination, children, remember that the total resistance or effective resistance or equivalent resistance is given by, or you can calculate by, the sum of all the resistance in series. Remember, this is result is valid only for series combination. It is not valid for the parallel combinations. This is the result for series. And remember, children, that as I have told you, V1, that V1, from the Ohm's law equation, what is the Ohm's law? V equal to I into I into R. So what is this V1? This V1 is the potential appear across the first resistor. They have taken the current is I and the resistance of the first resistor. Similarly, the voltmeter, the reading will show on the voltmeter, this is V2. What is this V2? This is equal to I into multiplied by R2. What is R2? R2 is the resistance of the second resistor. We have taken the current same here, children, that I'm not taking that I1, I2, I3 because same current flow in series combination. So it is not a good idea to take I1, I2, I3. If you take I1, I2, I3, then still that is equal to I. So better to write I, and I. So V3 is equal to I into R3. And if you put all these values in this equation, you will get this result. And then you can cancel the I from the left hand side and right hand side. Then you will get this kind of result. That total resistance is given by R1 plus R2 plus R3. Now let me make one question for all of you children. And the question is, let me draw a diagram, electric circuit diagram. I have one resistance here whose value is 20 ohm. Second resistor I have connected here whose resistance is 30 ohm, and I close the circuit like this. Now the question is, you have to calculate equivalent resistance. Let me write equivalent resistance. Find the equivalent resistance in this circuit diagram. So may I ask this question to Melvin? Melvin, can you find out the equivalent resistance of the diagram that I have drawn on the screen? If you don't know, please type in chat box that sir, I don't know the answer. Melvin. Melvin, are you here? Can you hear me? Are you here? Why are you taking so much time? Now, next student, Yash. May I know the answer of this question?
Sir, is it 50?
You said it's 50. Let me go back to the screen. Then where's the diagram? Oh, not here, not here, not here. On the slide itself. It is that I have taken the two resistance. One is the 20 ohm and the other one is the 30. So we have the equation, children, that you have to add Rs equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3 plus R4, depending how many resistance are there. I have taken only two resistance, so in that case you can write the equation Rs equal to, means equivalent resistance equal to R1 plus R2. So whatever the value of the resistance R1, whatever the value of the resistance R2, you have to just add them. 20 plus 30, that is equal to 50 ohm. So that is the one kind of question, children, from this topic of series and parallel combination. I think, wait a minute, children. Here the point number one, in series combination that we already discussed, total current, that the same current flow in the series combination, I1 equal to I2 equal to I3. The second point that you have to remember, that the total voltage or the total EMF of a battery is always equal to what? This is always equal to sum of the individual voltage in the circuit. sum of the individual voltage in this circuit. Third point is a very important point, children. Third equation, this third point, number third. From Ohm's law that we know, Ohm's law states that V equal to IR. Here in series combination, we know I is same, that I can take I is constant. The same current is passing through the each resistor or each component. So then I can write this equation that voltage is directly proportional to resistance. By keeping, what is the condition? By keeping the current is constant. So if I increase the resistance in series combination, that the voltage will also increase. So if I have a proportional relation, so I can write their ratios that V1 ratio, V2 ratio, V3 is equal to in the form of their resistances. But you have to focus on this part that V is proportional to R in series circuit when the current is same current flow across or through the each component. There is one more result. I want to show you another slide, children. And this is equation number 4. Equation number 4 is very, very important, children. This is very important equation. And what is this equation number 4? Again, just focus on this circuit diagram. And in this circuit diagram, we have two resistors R1 and R2. They are connected with a voltage. Some current is flowing in the circuit that is I. Now the question is, now children, please listen carefully. In test, in your exams, in your midterm exams, in your board exams, IGS exams, you will find these questions. They will not ask you, what do you mean by a series diagram? What do you mean by parallel circuit diagrams? You have to solve numericals. You have to solve questions. And the question is that you will get this kind of diagram. And suppose value voltage is given, whatever the value, suppose this is 10 volt. Let me take here, it can be in the exam, it can be any voltage. Resistance is also given, suppose 10 ohm. This second resistance is given, suppose 5 ohm. Even the current is also given. Suppose let me consider 2 ampere current is passing in this circuit. Now the question is, now children listen carefully. The question is, find the potential difference or potential drop across the resistance number 1. Means you have to find V1. Now try to find out. Try to find out the value of V1. If you connect a voltmeter across the resistance, whose resistance I have taken 10 ohm, can you find what is the potential drop across this resistor R1? So we have this result. It is a direct method. It is a shortcut result. Generally we use in higher classes, in competitive exams. This V1 equal to V multiplied by R1 divided by the sum of the two resistors. Now it means I have to calculate V1. So this V1 equal to V. What is V? V is they are talking about this voltage, the total EMF, that is 10. Multiplied by R1, R1 is 10, divided by R1 plus R2, R1 plus R2 will be, I will just combine them, R1 plus R2, 10 plus 5, 15. Do the calculation. 5 to the 10, 5 to the 15, 10 to the 20, 20 by 3. 20 by 3 is a voltage that will appear around 6 point something, that will appear across the voltmeter V1. Similarly, you can find for the R2 also. Let me do it for you, children. How to find the value of V2? This V2 is equal to again 10 multiplied by R2. What is R2 now? 5. Remember, children, that the result you have to remember here, the R2, and again in the denominator R1 plus R2, this will be the same result. So if you do the calculation, 5 ones are 5, 5 threes are this, 10 by 3. So I'm getting this V2 is equal to 10 by 3. So V2 is equal to 10 by 3 volt. You have to write the unit also. And as I told you, children, that V is always equal to the sum of V1 plus V2. Let me check that whether this is coming to the same result. So V1 was 20 by 3 and this V2 is 10 by 3. If I do this calculation by taking the LCM, whatever the method you want to use, 20 plus 10, 30 by 3. 30 by 3 is again equal to 10 volt. That is coming to the same result. It means that our answer is correct. I hope you are getting this point, children, that how to find the potential drop across the resistor R1, how to calculate the potential drop across the resistor R2. And listen carefully, children, this is not only the one equation, there are other methods. There are also other methods. I don't know what methods you have studied on the tuitions or any other from any other learning resources. There are many other techniques to do the same equation, to solve the same question. Okay, Calista, let me explain it to you for one more time. Calista, the question is, in exams, you will find such kind of diagram. Some information will be there. Some information will be there. And the question is, what is the voltage across the resistance R1? Let's try to understand the question. What is the voltage appear across the resistance R1? You have to find V1. To find the V1, memorize this equation. Memorize this equation. V1 equal to V multiplied by R1. In the denominator, we have R1 plus R2. Put the value of R1. It is given in the diagram. In the exam, there will be given this value R1 and R2. In the divide, R1 plus R2, sum of R1 and R2. Do that calculation. Multiply, add, subtract, whatever you want to do. And then you will get the answer of V1. Similarly, if they can ask you, find the value of R2. Sorry, means find the value of the voltage across the resistor R2. Use the equation. What is V2? V2 equal to V multiplied by R2 divided by R1 plus R2. That is the meaning of this question here. Now let me move, children, that it will take some time. It will take some time, children. Don't worry. Don't worry. You will understand. I assure you that you will understand, but it will take some time to grasp this concept. Now, one more point, children, that the point number 5. In series combination, total resistance, effective resistance increases. How would you say that it increases? How would you say that it will increase the total resistance? Now, suppose again, let me take R1 is 5 ohm, R2 is equal to 10 ohm. Find the total resistance. This RS equal to 5 plus 10, that is equal to 15 ohm. And they said that the total resistance RS increases. So the value of this 15 is greater than, this 15 is greater than the resistance of R1. This 15 is greater than the resistance of R2. Even the greatest resistance, that is 10. So the total resistance, effective resistance, equivalent resistance in series combination, its value, its result will be greater than the highest resistance that is given in the circuit. So 15 is greater than the 10. 15 is greater than 5. So in series combination, that is the problem. That is the drawback of this series circuit. The total resistance increases in a series combination. If resistance increases, you know that what is the effect on the current? So let me, this is less than 1 minute time, children. Now we will go to in the next session here, children, to discuss about the series resistance in parallel combination. You may leave for a moment, children. Please join meeting back.